So here's the thing about 2020, there's gonna be a lot of brand new expensive smartphones coming onto the market, but there's also gonna be a lot of very attractive, affordable phones under $500. And these $500 and lower smartphones are gonna have 90 to 95% of the features and performance of the more expensive ones. We are so far ahead in terms of hardware that devices from the previous years feel just as fast as the devices that are being released today. The software that we're using on our phones are not pushing them hard enough to make them feel slower. And I feel like if you're gonna be buying a phone and you want the best value out of it, you should really take a hard look at $500 and lower. So the first phone that I'm super excited about is definitely the OnePlus 8 Lite. Like, this is OnePlus taking the best features of the OnePlus 8 that's coming out and cramming it into a more affordable form factor. This device is gonna have a flat screen, which is preferred over the 7 Pro. You're gonna have a 6.4-inch AMOLED display with a 90 Hertz refresh rate. Like, think about it. 90 Hertz on a sub $500 smartphone is unheard of unless it's a phone from a previous year that was discounted. Not only are you gonna have the sweet effect of smooth scrolling and better gaming, it's gonna be affordable. And that's a very important feature. Now, for those of you out there who think like 120 Hertz is gonna be that much better, trust me, it's not. 90 Hertz for 2020 is the sweet spot. You're gonna save a lot of battery and it's gonna feel just as good. Another sweet point is 2 to 3 cameras on the back, so you'll have access to the wide, ultra wide, and possibly telephoto lens. And this is a device that's gonna have a big battery. 4,000 milliamps, which makes me think combining that with a full HD display, you're gonna get better battery life than the OnePlus 7 Pro. So if you're a smartphone camera enthusiast, you're gonna wanna wait for the Pixel 4a. This is Google taking their software, some of the best computational photography, and bringing it down to a more affordable smartphone. It's gonna take the same lens that's on the Pixel 4, only one of them, the main one, and bring it into a $400 price point. The 4a is only gonna have one lens, but it's still gonna take great photos. You're still gonna get great things like portrait mode, which is gonna look absolutely amazing. The one thing I love about the 4a based on these leaks is the actual design. This is a phone that actually looks better than the Pixel 4. Now, the rumor is they might only release one version of this, a 5.81 inch, which is slightly bigger than the previous generation, but still like great for one-hand use. The reason why this device is so special is because anyone that I've recommended the Pixel 3a to has had a fantastic experience. And in a lot of ways, it offers a lot more value than the more expensive Pixel 4. So if you're an iOS user who's hanging on to an iPhone SE, iPhone 6 or 6S and wants a budget and small form factor for an upgrade, you're gonna wanna wait for the iPhone SE 2 or iPhone 9. It's coming out hopefully sometime in March, and this is a device that's basically taken the iPhone 8 and updating the internals. If you've seen the iPhone 8, that's exactly what the iPhone 9 or SE 2, depending on whatever they call it, is going to look like. Now this is kind of disappointing for some because the design is the same, but the upside to this is not only is the price point gonna be lower at $400, you're getting some of the best specs that are currently in the iPhone 11 or 11 Pro. You're getting that A13 chip. You're getting the exact same wide lens that's on the more expensive devices. You're not getting 3D touch, which is being removed across the board, but you will still use haptics to mimic some of those features. Kind of cool though, we're going back to Touch ID, so if you've missed the physical interaction of logging into your device, you're gonna have that with this new upcoming affordable iPhone. The next one is kind of interesting because it is the Poco phone. Like, this is the second version of it. We don't know too much about this device, but this is a phone that took the world by storm because of the specs and price point. For like around $400, you essentially got the latest specs of 2018, I believe, with some of the best hardware for that price point. And it's rumored that Xiaomi is going to be doing it again with the Poco F2. This time we're expecting a Snapdragon 855 or 855 Plus, and the reason being is because the Snapdragon 865 is a bit too expensive and it has 5G, and the Poco phone needs to be more affordable, so it has to use a processor from the previous year. We don't know a lot about it, but we think it might come with 2 to 3 cameras on the back. Just like every other smartphone, you'll have that ultra-wide, wide, and telephoto lens. And last up, for the super budget conscious individuals, you're gonna be wanting to wait for the Moto G A. This is a phone that's gonna be priced under $300, have pretty decent specs, but run a very clean and stock Android-like experience. That's super important when you're using lower end processors because it keeps the phone running nice and smooth. Now it's rumored to come with a 6.4-inch HD Plus display, so around 720, not full HD, Snapdragon 665 and around 2 to 4 gigabytes of RAM. I'm fine with that. It's still gonna have 3 cameras on the back, so you're gonna enjoy that camera experience. Obviously, it's not gonna be as good as an iPhone or a Pixel or even a Samsung device in terms of picture quality, but at least you have access to those different focal lengths. Now, the battery's supposed to be very big, 4,000 milliamps. So this is a device paired with a low efficiency processor. I don't ever expect this thing to die. Like 2 days of use shouldn't be an issue. Now that pretty much wraps up some of my favorite, more budget-friendly picks for 2020. Trust me, when you're deciding on a smartphone this year, ask yourself, do you really need to buy a $1,000 smartphone? Because some of these more affordable $500 and lower devices are giving you 90 to 95% of the features. Even take a look at devices from the previous year, because usually about now, a lot of these devices get discounted. And trust me, the Snapdragon 855 or any of these processors from previous generations will feel just as fast. Anyways, that wraps it up. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, because if you did, I'd love you to hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.